I love looking at you in the way God intended us.
Hey, it's your girl, that girl Myra, and I'm coming to you guys today with a story time about my first time getting cheated on. I had to be like 12. I was like the 6th grade, and like it was my first little crush. Like, oh my goodness, like everything about this boy, like that was my first crush. So, it took him a while to notice me. So when he finally did notice me, we got to talking, and we had like a little school relationship going on. So that was cool. So when I got to school, I had a boyfriend. Like that was a real big thing. Like, cause when I got home, none of that. Like my parents did not play that. So like for sure that.
Daddy, I love him.
Like we talked on the phone. Like of course everybody did that little. Ooh, like that was my first start sneaking on the phone. That was my first like little thing, like my first cake up on the phone. The first time I got cheated on, it was about the 6th grade. I was with this guy. We can call him Chris. I wasn't like with him, like he was my crush. And so we had told each other we had liked each other, and going from there, we like started talking on the phone, and that's when like we was on a house phone. So we would talk on the phone, and at some point he would like call, like we'll get off the phone and he'll call right back. And so he'll call right back and he'll be like, hey, is Sabrina there? And first of all, the fact that he didn't know my voice had blew me away, because it's just like, you still gonna ask, is Sabrina there, after you just heard me say, like, you know my voice. You just heard me say hello. Who is this? Like, you know my voice. And so he did it maybe 2 more times after that. And I asked him one day, like, so who is Sabrina? Because he kept doing it. So he's like, oh, that's my cousin, da 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 da. So with me being 12, of course, it's just like, yeah, I believed him. I was like, oh, okay, that's your cousin. But what's crazy is like when I went to his page and seen her on a page, like on his page, like she maybe did like 1 or 2 posts, but like he always wrote on her wall. So like I was a side chick basically and didn't even know it. So at this point, I'm just like, all right. I don't even know how to face it at this point, because it's just like, dang, like, you know, I really liked him or whatever, and I thought he really liked me. So like at this point, like, I'm tripping. So I'm like, well, so honestly I don't think I ever brought it to his attention. I think we had ended up stopped talking, I want to say, because of that, because I had like, I don't know how it ended up going, but whatever the case may be, like I kind of started acting different or whatever, because, and I like didn't like him no more, because I was like, dang, gonna do me like that and like break my little 12-year-old heart. So me and Sabrina ended up going to high school together. That's what happened. We ended up going to high school together. And at the time, like I said, so I ended up stopping liking him, and it was a big deal, but like it wasn't a big deal. Like it became a big deal once I realized that he lied, like, about Sabrina being his cousin. It's like, dang, like I didn't know at the time, like, you know, people will lie like that. Just being naive, whatever the case may be. So her locker ended up being next to mine, and I just kept saying she looked familiar for like maybe the first couple weeks of school. And then when I ended up saying something to her, I was like, you know, do you know such and such? And she was like, yeah, we used to date or whatever. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I knew that, and I just told her the situation. And so me and her became real cool and like being petty or whatever. And so we ended up calling each other cousins. So I was like, oh, that's my cousin. And like we just would be like joking or whatever. And for a while, like people really did think we were cousins for a minute, until we were like, no, we're not really cousins. And like we would tell the story and people think it was pretty funny. But that's, I mean, I get now, that's why my mom and, you know, parents will tell me like, you know, you're too young for a relationship, don't be in a relationship, and focus on school. Because, like, God, that was cruel. Like, that was not cool. So the simple fact is, it's just, it's like, I don't know if he wanted to talk to us both at once or whatever the case may be, but, like, we were 12. Like, why? He was just too advanced. It was like, you could become a player that early. It's just like, I mean, it just could be me. But that's my story for today.